Hello and welcome to this Ferris State University football update. I'm the voice of the Bulldogs, Rob Bentley, alongside Sandy Golston, live from Washington Grizzly Stadium here in Missoula, Montana, where tomorrow night the Ferris State Bulldogs, the #1 team in Division II, will take on the 11th-ranked FCS team in the country in the University of Montana. Bulldogs, Sandy, had a great trip, getting a nice walk through here at Washington Grizzly Stadium today.
Yeah, it was an early morning takeoff, and everything went relatively smoothly. Probably a lot of people slept on the plane. Got off the plane, a little bit of lunch, and right here at the stadium, kind of getting this walkthrough going, getting a feel for the stadium. It's going to be pretty tough to totally replicate what they're going to see tomorrow night, but they're trying to get a good feel for the stadium and how it looks, how it feels, and trying to get themselves as ready as possible for tomorrow night.
Of course, the Bulldogs have coming off a big win over Ashland on the road this past week, had a great week of practice, and really geared up, fired up to play this football game.
Definitely. I mean, coming off of that second game of the season, good test for the Bulldogs being on the road against a team that plays well at home, that plays well defensively. About as good a preparation as you could expect for a game like this. And so Bulldogs had a good, productive week of practice, as you mentioned, getting themselves in the right frame of mind, getting their preparation in for Montana, which is going to be a very tough opponent, one of the toughest opponents the Bulldogs can expect to see. And so they wanted to make sure that they did everything right, executed during practice, to make themselves as ready as possible for Saturday night.
This will be the first game the Bulldogs have played against an FCS team since 2013 at North Dakota State, and expecting really a similar type of environment, this one outside, but similar type of feel to that game back in 2013.
Yeah, North Dakota State, obviously one of the greatest teams probably ever at this level, and the Bulldogs went into kind of the eye of the storm, if you will, in the Fargo Dome, packed stadium. And in reality, this is probably an outdoor version of what they saw indoors at North Dakota State. The sidelines really tight, not a lot of room. You can pretty much reach up and shake the hands of the fans here. They might not want to shake hands, but it's really that tight. And so you're going to have to be prepared for that, prepared for the noise that's going to be different, that you just don't typically see very often at our level. And so our guys are hoping that they're going to be prepared for the atmosphere that they're going to face on Saturday.
Of course, the Bulldogs going to have to come out and play a great football game tomorrow. Sandy, some keys here for Ferris State to get a win over Montana.
Yeah, I know it's kind of cliche, but really probably even more so in this game, it's going to be the line of scrimmage is where it's going to be won. I think how the Bulldogs' offensive line matches up with the defensive front of Montana is going to be critical. Bulldogs are going to have to be able to run the football against Montana. Montana, a very tough team, and so can that Bulldog offensive line really work to create some seams, and also can they protect really well? And so Bulldogs really feel very comfortable with both quarterbacks that they've been throwing out there, and then also they can go to their number 3 quarterback and still feel pretty comfortable as well. And so you could see a lot of different looks from the Bulldogs trying to see what that Montana defense is going to bring them and how they can attack it.
Live coverage on ESPN+. Of course, we'll have the broadcast for you on Sunny 97.3 and the Bulldog Sports Network with online coverage at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Pre-game coverage starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. kickoff. It's a blackout night. We will see some white, though. The Bulldogs will be rocking the white jerseys, the gray pants here tomorrow night. Fireworks post-game, a lot going on here. It should be just an outstanding environment.
Yeah, it's going to be a blackout. They're expecting a huge crowd. The town of Missoula has been hyped up for this game. The campus here has been hyped up for this game. So there's going to be a lot of energy in the stadium tonight. You mentioned the blackout, and we're going to have the Bulldogs in their white road jerseys. So they're used to playing in some pretty tough environments. This is going to be a test to that, but it's going to be a great atmosphere for college football Saturday night.
You can follow all the coverage of Ferris State football online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Thanks for tuning in to this Ferris State football update from Missoula.